Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to share your story, because what he's going to do is he's going to let you inside him. He's going to let you see who he is. And it's a gift that he's giving to you all. And so I'd like you to receive it that way. And he asked me to take this. I don't know what I'm doing.
You can just sit over there. It's already going.
It's ready to go?
Just use the board.
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's recording.
Can I let her do that since she's sitting right there? Because I don't want to mess it up. Thank you so much.
You know what? I'll just lift this up. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Feel free to just erase all this, whatever you like. I'll turn the lights back on too.
I want them to be able to see.
Yeah, yeah.
How's everybody doing today? Good. How's everybody doing today? I'm an energetic person, so when I say journey, I want everyone to clap. Journey. Okay, I'm about to take you on the journey. My name is Zimbabwe Davies. I came up through the foster care system. I grew up in West Oakland. I grew up in a rough neighborhood, violence, prostitution, drugs, and I came from a loving family. My mother, stepfather, and 3 siblings. Now, through all of the chaos that went on in Oakland, I would have never known because my parents loved me. Age of 13, my mother passed away from kidney failure. I entered the foster care system. I had to move to Reno, Nevada with the auntie kinship care. So let me write down. I'm going to write down 4 themes. The first theme is pain. I had to experience pain. I lost my self-esteem. I had depression. I was separated from my siblings. I lost my mother. Went to a completely different school, different environment, and I had to sit through that. 13 years old, you lose your mother. I didn't know my biological father at the time. My stepfather is my father, and having to process all this was a lot at 13 years old. So these are also themes that you guys will go through. Everyone has to experience some type of pain. So the second one is the process. So the process was, I lived in Reno, Nevada for 2 years. The aunt who I was staying with, she started to abuse drugs. And so I wasn't going to school. I wasn't eating properly. I worked at McDonald's. And out there, you could have a worker's permit at 14 years of age. So I was eating up burgers, eating up fries, and doing whatever I could to survive, because that's what I had to do. So I went back to Oakland, California for spring break. I stayed with a cousin of mine. He started asking me questions like, what's going on out there? I start telling him, you know, my auntie's on drugs, I'm not being taken care of properly, this and that, this and that. And so he said, why don't you come back and stay with me and let me ask my mother, and it'll be all good. So I said, cool. So boom, moved back to Oakland, California. Then I get involved in group therapy, because I had to talk about my issues. I had anger issues, had depression. I had to go through group therapy with other youth who had similar problems like me. So I went through that process. I got into a program called ILSP, Independent Living Skills Program, which teaches foster youth ages 16 through 18 and 16 through 24 how to be self-sufficient. And so I'm amongst my peers and I'm seeing they're going through problems just like I'm going through problems. That gave me hope. That made me believe. I connected with mentors who helped me out. So 17, like K-Ron was saying earlier, 17.8 or whatever, 99. 18's around the corner, I got to make a decision. So I went to college at the school called Brooks College School of Fashion Design and Merchandising in Long Beach. I majored in fashion merchandising. So now, the third step is window. Everyone in this room, this is your window right now. College. I recognized my window of opportunity. Went to college for 2 years, got my A degree in fashion merchandising. Flew back to Oakland, said to myself, all right, what am I going to do now? I got this degree. I got the skills. How am I going to apply it? So I went back to ILSP, the program who helps out former foster youth. So I got this great idea. I want to do this fashion show. I don't know how to go about it. One of my mentors said, why don't we do a fashion show fundraiser where the foster youth are models, they're incorporated in the fashion show, and we raise money to help foster youth not become homeless. The first year we raised $3,500. The second year, $8,500. This actually put in place the program that I work for now called Beyond Emancipation, which helps foster youth with housing, education, and employment. And the last step I'm going to talk about is the puzzle. The puzzle. Everyone's going to be able to put together their own puzzle. After you graduate from here, you have to find a way to put it together to make it work. My puzzle is creating change. So as time went on, I became a filmmaker. And I have a film called Enter a Challenger, Exit a Champion that talks about how I got into the system, my process through the system, and what I'm doing now. And I had to realize this is much bigger than me. It's not just about me. This is about helping generations and generations of youth. And so I got into the business of filmmaking to create stories and to storytell, to empower and to motivate young people. And so I have another film called Different Stories, which is a whole other generation of youth who are going to do the same thing. So recognize your puzzle. Make sure it's a common thread and it all fits. Creating change, Enter a Challenger, Exit a Champion, Different Stories. This hoodie I have on right now, 115%. It's a documentary that me and my friend came up with. He grew up in Los Angeles and Watts. He lost his brother due to gang violence. He went through the process of losing people. We met in college. He's a fashion designer. He's a fashion designer now, and he's doing very great and successful. And the purpose behind this film is to show that there's alternatives. So every project that I'm working on is a common thread. It's creating change. And so these 4 themes, it applies to all of us in this room. We're all going to have to experience pain. We're going to have to go through the process, the ups and downs, the projects you guys work on, the late nights. When you don't feel like doing it, you got to get up and do it. You got to practice it, reputation. The window of opportunity. You have to be ambitious about your window of opportunity, because if not, they'll close and they'll close and they'll close and they'll close. The puzzle. Putting it together. Make it make sense. Make it bigger than yourself. If you do something just for yourself, you can't help people. But if you do something that's bigger than you, you can help so many people. You can impact lives. You can change lives. And so when I say journey, I'm going to need for everybody to clap. Journey. I love y'all energy. Thank you.